Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail with another Scrolls Let's Play, where today I am facing off against Darkblade. That's right, the player who's hovering around 2000 rating, 34 ranked. This is actually a ranked game. The Scrolls algorithm for matchmaking really liked me with this one. So this is a post-commentary with the Summoner mod. If you want to check it out, I can put a link in the description. But I do just want to say up front that I was very surprised to play Darkblade. I do watch his stream from time to time. Put a link in the description as well. But I hope you all enjoy this game because I thought it was pretty interesting, so I wanted to share it with you all. So once I see it's Darkblade, I recognize the name immediately because I actually watched his stream earlier that night or the night before. Just a total accident. Whoa, I watched your stream! So you can see right away here, just so you know, I did decide to retool my deck a little bit, and I can show it in a video when I do some more live commentary, which I want to get back to. This is pretty much Critical's deck. I've tried to do some tweaks, but I think I actually tweaked my way back to his original deck. I did a lot of testing with it, but it is a splash of order. It throws in Purification, which is pretty effective against energy, especially for Unleash Your Power. Puts in some Transposition for trying to make some board control and card draw. Also have some Pothers in there. The energy splash didn't work as well, but order has some really great one-drops. But at least I get an opening hand I can work with. I'd love to keep the Quake, but at this early stage I have two other in my hand, so I ditch it. But like I said, yeah, when it's a player who's as high ranked as he is, I really have nothing to lose. But I say, hey, I watch your stream, and he says, then you must know how much I hate my life, because Darkblade at this point was sliding down in rankings, kind of on a losing streak. And so maybe I can add to that, I don't know. But I do get a Vader, which is good for having just an ability to get up, and I say we can have a contest because I've been losing at life. Whoa, emo. Okay, put down the Vetter. I could save the Sister of the Fox for later, but we do have actually Darkblade starting off with an Iron Whip on it, which is a great ability to take out those 1 health units. I would have rather him do that to the Sister of the Fox, to be honest, but I do get a Mangy and a Great Wolf and a Burial Ground. So those are all cards I can work with. I do like having the ramp where I can play a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop with my deck when I can. So that's something, if you're building your deck, you want to try and put a variety of stuff in there. My growth deck, as you can see, has a lot of 4 energy, and I'm going to put the Fertile Soil down right away on the Sister just to get some more cards, and I really like what I get here. Having 3 Wolves that I can get early and a Sister of the Fox is great. I can drop a Great Wolf next turn and hopefully avoid. I can get it in and do some damage before he can start wrecking me with Violent Dispersal. So there's another Ragged Wolf. Really helps me out at this point. It's probably going to be more worth my time just to sacrifice maybe the Sister to get less cards. I actually sacrificed the Wolf, which in hindsight is always hindsight, probably the better move. I elect to bring out the Brother and hold on to my Great Wolf and Mangy. So right now this Ragged Wolf is a chump blocker who's going to just try and protect the Brother because I know this guy's attacking next turn. But I do have a Sister I can play, or sacrifice, and I can play the Great Wolf and work from there. But overall, I like games where I get cards that I can work with early. But there is the Gravelock Elder right away for Darkblade, so it's nice that he can get those out early. I get a God Hand that I can't use immediately, so I decide to ditch it. And if there's one way that I can improve my play after looking at some higher ranked players, it's to try and pocket a God Hand when I can, because that is a good card to have for situations. It's better to maybe hold on to it if you can. Like, I could have sacrificed the Sister there and probably been okay. I mean, if you end up not needing the God Hand later, that's fine, but you want to be in a position where at least you have it if you need it. So I do need to be a little bit better about holding on to maybe some of my high value cards. But for now, I got a Great Wolf defended by a Brother of the Wolf. Can't do much better than that at this point. Of course, he could wreck me if he has some kind of Bombard. I ask if he's going to VD me, which is always an awkward question to ask. But instead, he's going to Iron Whip and Copper Automaton to try and take me out. So right now, this is a pretty good position for me to be in, because I can drop the Mangy Wolf and kill the Gravelock Elder, and I can put the Sister of the Fox down and possibly sort of save my ship, save my Great Wolf from being hurt, because the Automaton's going to take out something, but I can put a creature in front of it to make sure that it's not one of these. So I get a God Hand again. Maybe I should pocket that, but if I put all these guys in a row, yeah, he could Thunder Surge all of this, but it still would only take out my Mangy with the Automaton. So it's great to get that Gravelock Elder out early. I do have 4 here, and I do have a Rally in my pocket and a Quake if need be. So there's the Blind Rage. There goes the Mangy as well. So unfortunate, and right now, right away, I knew there's some kind of combo that could happen. Blind Rage is a spell I hadn't seen as much before, but it's seeing more play here because it increases cooldown and it does damage equal to cooldown. So he couldn't clear my board completely, but I do get a second Great Wolf if I choose to use it. I could rally here and try and clear out this creature before he can haste it or Iron Whip it or something to take out my Great Wolf. And that's exactly what I elect to do. So I get a little bit of board damage. I have a guy who's still alive, but essentially what I'm playing for is a board reset as he does the burn. And you know what? I will take round 9 against a 2,000 rated player, because even if he's not quite there, Darkblade is still very good. I will take that, especially at this stage of the game. So as much as I'd like to be ahead, at least I'm going toe-to-toe, which is all you can really ask for. It actually can drop a Great Wolf and a Kinfolk Brave, which is 2 of my favorite units in this whole deck. So it's nice when you can do that. I'll take the burn, because even if the Kinfolk Brave can't get stuff going, at least it does force him to react. So he's not going to burn or try and put something down for there. He's going to take out the Brave immediately. I'm still sitting on that Quake, but I do get a Pother, which could be very useful later. So right now, I could play the Veteran Fertile Soil, or I could drop the Burial Ground. But I elect to go for the Vetter because I have 7 growth. I don't really need to ramp up too much, and that is maybe the best draw I could have hoped for. 2 Mangy Wolves will pretty much let me pump out, if he puts anything in the middle, whatever I want to, between their sort of boosting attack and increasing the attack of my Great Wolf. So I don't really need the Burial Ground right now. Plus I get a Kinfolk Brave that I can play against, so he may have burned it once, shame on me. I guess burn twice and I won't go burning again, if you're a fan of the W there. But there's the Violent Dispersal, destroying all of my beautiful, beautiful plans. As I say, yay, is once again against energy. That is the one card that really screws me up every time. So I drop a Mangy, just a solemn Mangy, just to be a chump blocker. And I drop the other Brave as well. So maybe if there is one counter to Violent Dispersal, it's getting as much crap on the board as possible. But he gets out the Automata Forge, which is a card that I've talked about a little bit in other videos, but you can pay 3 energy to decrease the count down by 1. So a good utility card if you want to get more creatures out. Good to counter Growth's creature spam, but more of a mid-game card than an early-game card. Still a pretty good 3-drop wall as well. However, it is bugged, and you can't necessarily like Iron Whip and decrease its cooldown. So they do need to fix that. But right now, my Braves are living this turn. I do have a Ranger's Bane. I do have a Purification that I can hold on to. Or a Pother if I want to use it. But I elect to move my creatures down, keep my chump blocker up there. And I'm going to move my other Brave as well. I do have the Mangy Wolf. I do elect to get rid of the Purification. And Pother just for cards. I was kind of hoping to move the Forge up there. But I can still play the Ancestral Totem, which is a very fun card to have. It is a good blocker in a pinch, but it also really, really buffs my cards too. And especially when these guys attack every turn, that one attack adds up over the course of the game. So while Crimson Bull is very good as burst, and it's something I'm still wondering if I need to fit it back in my deck or not, that sustained damage can be good as well, except it is subject to all kinds of removal, like Quake, etc. So right now, that turn from Darkblade told me something interesting. If he only has like 3 energy to drop into this guy to let him play, I wonder what cards he's holding on to, because maybe he doesn't have a lot at this point. Meanwhile, I could Quake, well, I don't want to Quake because that would clear my board for me. I'd do all the hard work. But I do have a Ragged Wolf I could use as well, and I'm not sure if I want to drop it down here, but I elect to, even if he could have a Thunder Surge in his hand, so that's a misplay. But there's a Kinfolk Veteran as well, which is a good card to have, just to counter whatever's out there. So I elect to drop the Mangy Wolf and hold on to my Bane. So those are just cards that I'm trying to pocket a little bit. I'm hoping that he doesn't have a Thunder Surge, but I kind of expected he did. But at least in my mind at that point, I think, remember this is a post-commentary from a game from a little while ago, that it was worth it to get rid of that Forge, just so he couldn't keep pumping creatures out. So there's the Dust Runner. And right now he kills my Mangy, so maybe not the best trade for me. I probably could have done better to actually protect my units. But I get 2 Kinfolk Veterans, so that Dust Runner is going to be a non-issue at this point. Plus I get to protect my Ancestral Totem, which is nice, and I have 1 totem that's nearly gone. So right there, Darkblade's board's cleared. I have board advantage, and there's the Violent Dispersal and the Scattergunner, but with another Kinfolk Veteran in my pocket. I gotta do some card counting here. He's done 2 Violent Dispersals on me so far, so he has 1 more that he can play. And I elect to move the Veteran down here, or the Brave down here, just so I can start doing some other idle damage. And I do actually take out I could have possibly used this guy to try and take out 2 idols in one turn, but I wanted to clear his board a little more. But there's the Iron Ogre, there's the Potion of Resistance, and suddenly I'm wishing I hadn't totally ditched my purifications. But a Pother will work. All I have to do is we have a random tile that can be moved, and there is an 80% chance that he'll be moved out of the way of this idol. So I do elect to Pother, and I do get that idol exposed. Unfortunately, I can't buff this guy's attack anymore than it already is, but I can play a Great Wolf, I can play a Brother of the Wolf, I could Fertile Soil here, and that's what I choose to do. Maybe I should have kept the creatures on the board, but the Fertile Soil does let me play Sister of the Fox, does give me some more cards in hand. So, not a terrible decision, although looking back with the Mangy Wolf, it'd be nice to have a equally buffed Great Wolf out at first, or to start doing damage to this idol up here as well. So I did, but I still do have a pretty good board advantage, and I do get an unfortunate Copper Automaton there, and an Automata Forge up here. So there's the Fury, and there is the attempted board clear. Well, not the attempted board clear. I was wondering why he put the Automaton down there, but with a Fury which drops everybody's cooldown 1, that pretty much says, woohoo, your veteran will die. And he did. So right now I decide to sack for cards, and I get another Pother. So once again, I can take out this idol if I am just able to move this guy again. So, and I have a lot of growth that I can play with as well, but 20% chance, and he goes ahead and drops back that way. So bad luck on my part. This guy's going to attack next turn and kill my Brave. He could have sacrificed his life. I almost said for ire, but that's StarCraft. But instead, we're just going to have to deal with the fact that this is a 1 health idol that's left, and I need to get away from that Iron Ogre as much as possible. I could have baited him at that point, but I am decreasing the health of his idols. And there's Blind Rage, just a very nice Blind Rage there, actually, because the cooldown was enough damage to actually take out the Ancestral Totem as well. So very aware play by Darkblade. I wouldn't expect anything less. But here we go. I do have a lot of creatures that I can follow up with. I do have a Brave who's now doing 2 damage per turn. I could do something with the Scattergunner. I could do a Bane on the Iron Ogre. I elect to Bane the Scattergunner, which is a weird choice looking at it now, but I guess I wanted to make sure that I could kill something and maybe deal with the Iron Ogre later, because he is Potioned of Resistance. But I do put down a Great Wolf, who is subject to being hurt pretty badly if he can somehow haste this guy. Although he's not going to Iron Whip. And I don't know if he wants to Fury on this turn just to take out an idol, but oh my god, there's another Iron Ogre. And does he have a Potion of Resistance? Yes. So my Purification discards are really hurting me right now. But there we go, I'd sacrifice for more cards. I do have a Druid Burial Ground. I do have a Fertile Soil. So I do have some cards that I can play with, and notice the Potion of Resistance has dropped off on this Ogre now. So it is, excuse me, I do have some plays that I could make. I could drop a Brother of the Wolf and possibly kill this guy if I rally and Brother of the Wolf. And that's what I elect to do. So, alright, I was smart. It's going to be... Oh, no, I won't take it out. But I'll come taking it down just to 1 health, which is about as good as you can get. So, I was smart, I just can't do math. But I'd much rather have a 1 health Iron Ogre than a much stronger, beefier Iron Ogre, who will be able to attack next turn, but at least he can't haste it now to take out my units. And he is protecting with the Gravelock Elder and putting a Scattergun behind it. And look at what Darkblade says. He says, GG. He says GG. It's round 20. Can I end this game right now? That kind of threw me, to be honest. Because I have these 2 units here, these units up here, 5 cards in my hand. Can I end this game right now? If I get something, and that 1 card is a God Hand. Did I have a God Hand in my hand before? Yes. Did I ditch it? Unfortunately. And I don't get a God Hand. If I had a Rally and an Ancestral Totem, I can make it work. But I can't. So, that's round 20. He says GG. I say GG, but it's not over yet. I've lost from further up, which is true if you watch 2 episodes again. Darkblade says, no God Hand, and this is where I just have to do a quick aside and say, Darkblade's stream is very entertaining to watch, but he's a little bit more of a, let's call it a ragey player than I am. He gets frustrated, and I could tell his frustration just from watching his stream recently and then playing here, because he has had a string of losses. So, Darkblade, keep your chin up. It's not over till it's over. I don't have a God Hand. It's not, don't call the GG when the game's definitely not over, especially when my name's Way to Fail Self. So yeah, you can expect the God Hand, and maybe if I was a better player I would have kept that God Hand from before, because I could have ended the game and gotten maybe 20 rating out of this. Instead, all I can do is put up my little Druid Burial Wall, tuck my head between my legs, hope for the best, put down another Great Wolf, and say, you know what, I got 1 idol down, 1 idol to 1 health, and I have an Iron Ogre on my ass. I never have a God Hand when I need it. Why do I have a God... Oh, Rally wouldn't have done there, because I would have not been able to do enough damage. But, unless I could have dropped something else with the Rally, which I possibly could have. But, you know what? I look there and I say, if only I had a God Hand. I did have a God Hand. So, point of improvement for me, don't ditch some key cards, especially if you're going for super aggressive, trying to beat things fast. So, there is a Blind Rage and a Bombard. So right there, not necessarily able to take out everything all at once, but notice that bottom lane there. That Bombard was key because it cleared my whole bottom row from being able to take things out. And there's the God Hand. I wouldn't have even needed to draw that, but there it is, just kind of being like, here I am, guys. We're cool, right? So a turn too late. If you're watching this, yep, I'm not shitting you. There's a God Hand 1 turn too late. So I can cast it now, and I just elect to go for at least 1 damage against this guy, because I have 2 idols down. So he's going to be able to take out that row. He does get an Automata Forge. There's 3 health and 1 health. So this is another game where I'm really far ahead. And there's probably some other misplay other than simple discarding in games of chance that I could have done just to beat this game. But right now, no Rally. I get a Veteran. I get a Kinfolk Veteran. I have 10 growth. So I've done a good job ramping up. But right now, he has a lot of shit on the board that can really screw with my day. So I can try and focus for up here or down on the bottom. It's something where even if I had Transposition, because I don't have that many in my deck, that maybe I could have saved the day, but no Potion of Resistance, so I'm just going for as much damage as I can against this Ogre, even though he's not going to have a speed, but he could possibly do a few things to try and make it go just a little faster. There's a Violent Dispersal, which is a smart play, obviously, because that guy was going to attack next turn. But now we don't have that. And here I am saying things like, wah, 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 this is how it goes. But that was totally avoidable on my part. I wasn't really upset during this game. I was just like, wow, I'm going toe-to-toe with this guy and keeping the turn 23. So there's a Purification. Would have been really nice for the Potions of Resistance before, but what can you do? I have a Great Wolf, Mangy Wolf combo that I could drop, but that's not going to be good until his cooldown's down to 1. I could drop an Ancestral Totem. I could try and overwhelm this board up here as well, although I'd have to be careful for the Iron Whip. I do drop a Sister of the Fox, which unfortunately means that I don't know if I can drop the totem at the same time. I could pocket my Pother here, and I do elect to do something stupid, probably, because this is me doing a post-commentary of this game. Let's see here. I don't really do too much else. It would have been nice to drop the Ancestral Totem, but I figure I can do it and the Mangy Wolf at the same time and possibly end this. I'd have to do a shit ton of damage. Right now, I would have enough with the Ancestral Totem if I could get all these guys to live. But of course, asking all of your cards to live against an energy player with 4 cards and 9 energy is not too good, because I asked, can he end it this turn? And when he starts moving his people like this, I'm worried, because that tells me, yes, he can. There's the Fury. And look at this. 6 damage. 3 damage. That's good game right there. So very well played, Darkblade. I was a little too quick on the dismount. A little too quick on getting rid of cards, but still, I only lose 4 rating there, so I'm back down below 1700, but it's fine. That was a very entertaining game. Looking back, a very educational game. Could have I won it next turn? Maybe. I don't think he would have moved his creatures so aggressively if he wasn't able to GG right there. But still, I hope you all enjoyed it. Definitely check out Darkblade's Twitch. And I am going to be doing some Twitch streaming myself too here in the near future, so look out for updates for that. But for now, this is Way to Fail with another Scrolls Let's Play. maybe I'll have some more interesting matches against top-rated players in the future. But I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all next time.